to barbecuing. Today on the menu, pickles. My garden's been growing these amazing little cucumbers, so I figure why not pickle them, make some like hamburger chips or for sandwiches. We eat pickles around this house non-stop. Super simple. This is just a quick refrigerator recipe, so let's get to it. What we're gonna do is, I got the mandolin set up here. We're just gonna, I got it on the wavy little crispy things. The crispy ones are good, you know, like little grooves on them. So we're just gonna sit there and I guess dial this down a little bit. And with the mandolin, these things are super sharp. You always want to be super careful, but this is about what we're looking at. We got cool little chips. We're gonna throw them in the mason jar. We got some fresh dill going with this. We're gonna throw some garlic in, some celery seed, and this will keep in your fridge for at least, you know, a couple weeks, if not longer. If you want to make this last longer in your fridge, we can sterilize the jars and do the full canning thing, but this is a super simple recipe. These don't last longer than a week in my fridge anyway. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get all of these sliced up, and I'll show you how to assemble them. So now that the mandolin's made quick work of this, you can see this is about 6 cucumbers. We're gonna fit it into a quart mason jar, okay? What we have here is the brine, and it's basically super simple. 3.5 cups of water, 1.25 cup of vinegar, a tablespoon of sugar, and a tablespoon of salt, pickling salt, whatever you want. We're also gonna throw in a tablespoon of celery seed and a tablespoon of dill seed. So the way that this goes is super simple. We're gonna throw also, really quick, 2 cloves garlic are gonna go in. We'll throw one in now, throw one in the top. And we also got fresh dill. Now, I love the flavor of dill. We're just making standard dill pickles here. So we'll throw about half of that in. We'll jam all these pickles in, or the cucumbers in on top. I guess they're not really pickles yet, are they? We'll throw, now that we got about half full this in, we'll throw the seeds as well. And we'll just throw that last piece of garlic and top this off with the cucumbers here. You want to make it nice and tight. You don't want a ton of space in here. You want the liquid to always cover the top of all of this. So this is what we have now, all right? We're gonna take a brine here. We're gonna pour it over the cucumbers here. The one thing I did forget to mention, as I make a little bit of a mess here, is that we're gonna bring the brine to a boil, and then we're gonna let it cool down just a little bit, not a lot. We want it nice and hot, so when we put this in, it'll basically help seal it and you know, denature any of the organisms and stuff like that that you have in there. So you kind of want to shake it. You can kind of see there's little air bubbles that'll come up. They're trapped in between the cucumbers. You want to get all the air bubbles out as possible. The other thing you can do, I'm going to throw, before I finish sealing this, I have a glass weight that I'm going to weight this down. Like I said, you always want the liquid covering it. So let me go grab that. So here we go. We got a little glass weight that just goes on top of the jar, just like so. And what that does is it just basically weighs down all the stuff to make sure that the liquid stays over all the vegetables. If you leave the vegetables out a little bit, you can grow some mold, stuff like that, stuff you don't want. But we'll just screw this on. All right, there you have it. Quick fridge pickles. So we're gonna let this cool down on the counter for about a few hours until it's nice and, you know, cool. And then we'll throw it in the fridge. We're gonna let that sit in the fridge for at least a day, maybe 2, about a week. You're really gonna have that intense flavor. So cheers.